Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd with my friends over at Joann.com. Today's week number 1 of the Bernat Blanket Extra Stitch Along, and this is an additional project this fall. So what we're going to do is the Split Single Crochet Basket, and today's week number 1 where we're going to create the base of this basket. In order to complete this project, you'll need 2 balls of Bernat Blanket Extra. The color that you see is called Burgundy Plum, and you'll need a 15mm size PQ crochet hook in order to play. We have these set of clues today that we're going to get you through, and then we're going to then join you then week number 2 and 3 to be able to finish. But let me give you some advice first. So as we work into these clues, what we're going to see on week number 2 is called the split single crochet. And so what this is split single crochet basket. It's actually a stitch. What I recommend for that is if you're looking for a crochet hook, try to look for one with a nice pointy edge in order to get into the stitch work much easier. You can still just use a regular crochet hook, but I found with myself for speed a nice pointy hook will do, and you'll see why that is in week number 2. So without further ado, let's head on into this project and let's get started. The yarn of choice today is the Yarnspirations Bernat Blanket Extra. This is actually thicker than Bernat Blanket itself, and it's really kind of fun to play with, and it's ultra soft. You can find that there's free patterns on the ball bands as well. So without further ado, you're going to need a 15mm size PQ crochet hook. Now my hook's a little bit bigger. I like my handles to be a little bit longer, so it's just a little bit bigger by a millimeter, but today that's what I'm going to be using, and we're going to get started in following the instructions. So let's grab our yarn and let's get going. So let's begin. We're going to start off with a slip knot just like we normally would, and we want to insert our hook in, and we're going to just get ourselves started. So we're going to chain a total of 2. So 1 and 2. Now in the very first one that we just started with, we're going to start round number 1. Round number 1 we're going to do 6 single crochets into that one. So let's just single crochet. All this is single crochet, which is easy. So 1, 2, just go right up over top of that loose end. There's 3, this is 4, 5, and 6. Once you get your 6 done, just join it to the very first one. So just count it back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it's right here. Just use your fingers to pull it up if you need to, and just yarning over, pulling it through and through for a slip knot or for a slip stitch. So now we're going to begin round number 2. So round number 2 we're going to start off with chaining 1, and in the same one that you did the join, I want you to place in 2 single crochets there. So 1 and 2. Now every one of these stitches, there's only 6 of them when you just did 1, is each going to have is each going to have 2 single crochets. So 1 and 2. So what I want you to do is go all the way around, putting 2 single crochets into each. When you get all the way back around, you should be able to count 6. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there's 6 stitches with 2 in. So once you get this done, this is not a stitch here, this is just leaning over to be part of number 1. I want you just to reach in and just open it up and just insert your hook in. This is the very first stitch, and you're just gonna yarning over, pulling it through to close it, just like that. And that was round number 2. So let's move along to round number 3. So we're just gonna progressively get bigger. So we're gonna chain 1, and in the same one you did the join, I want you to put in 2 single crochets there. So 1 and 2. Then progress to the next stitch. Just use your fingers to open it up and just pull it through, so it's 1 single crochet. So the next one has 2 single crochets. So 1 and 2. And if you're more experienced, you can actually see these stitches and feel them too with your fingers. So there's the next one right there. It's just one by itself. So please do that same thing going all the way around. So 2 into the next, 1 into the one after that, and continue that same pattern going around. When you get all the way around, the last one will be 1 stitch by itself. That's because you started off with 2 into the first one, and then 1, 2, and 1. So once you get that last one done, just reach over and just grab the first stitch and just insert in, pulling it through and through to close that off. And that was round number 3. Let's move along to round number 4. So round number 4 we're gonna get continually bigger. So we're gonna chain 1 to start, and in the same one you did the join, place in 2 single crochets. So 1 and 2, and now the next 2 will be by themselves. So the next stitch is 1, and the next one is 1. So the repeat pattern going all the way around for round number 4 is that there's going to be 2 single crochets into the next one. So 1 and 2, and then the next 2 are by themselves. So 1 and 2. Please do that all the way around for round number 4. Just finishing up round number 4, there's 2 by themselves at the very end. There's no special counting, it's just a matter of keeping in count. There was 2 and then 2 by themselves and 2 and 2 by themselves. Join it to the top of the first single crochet that you started with. Just use your fingers if you cannot see it, and just pull through and through. So let's begin then round number 5. Chain 1 to start, and in the very first one you did the join, I want you to put in 2 single crochets. So 1 and 2. Now the next 3 in a row are each going to be 1 single crochet each. So let's do that. So I have 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so the repeat pattern is 2 into the next one. So 1 and 2, and then the next 3 are by themselves, and I want you to do that same patterning going all the way around for round number 5. So in coming up to the end of round number 5, the last 3 in a row are by themselves. So what do you think we're gonna do for round number 6? Well, we're gonna continuously getting bigger. So before we get there though, we have to slip stitch to the first single crochet, and now we're gonna move on. So round number 6, chain up 1, and then right where you did the join, put in 2 more double crochet or single crochets, 2 into those. So number 6, then the next 4 in a row are each by themselves. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the repeat pattern is that there's gonna be 2 into the next one. So 1 and 2, and then the next 4 are by themselves. So we have 1, 2, 3 and 4. Please do that same idea going all the way around for round number 6. So I'm coming to the end of round number 6. There's 4 by themselves. I've been counting it silently, and that's it. So join it to the first single crochet that you started with, and that was round number 6. So round number 7, going to continue along in the same idea. So chain up 1, and you're going to put 2 single crochets into the first one. So 1 and 2, and then how many in a row? This time it's going to be 5. So 5 single crochets in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so the repeat pattern is the next one's gonna have 2 single crochets in it. So 1 and 2, and then the next 5 in a row are just by themselves. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Please do that same patterning going all the way around for round number 7. So I'm finishing up round number 7, and there's 5 in a row that's by themselves. I've verified that count already, and then I'm just gonna slip stitch to the top, or sorry, to the beginning single crochet. Now we're gonna go on to round number 8. So I guess what we're gonna do, right? So we're gonna chain up 1. First one is gonna get 2 single crochets. So 1 and 2. And now for round number 8, it's 6 in a row that's gonna be by themselves. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now the next one is going to be 2 into that same one. So 1 and 2, and then the next 6 in a row are by themselves. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So please do that same patterning going all the way around for round number 8. So I'm coming up all the way back around. I'm on round number 8. I'm just going to join with the first. So you'll see that the instruction says, let me just get this, the instructions say to continue in the same manner until it's 13.5 inches. So let's just zoom out a little bit here, and what I want to do is get a tape measure and just measure across, and it should be 13.5 inches wide. So let's get our tape measure and let's see how much further we have to go. So we're gonna have to continuously progress. So if we have to go to 9, which I know we're going to, but if we have to go, we chain up 1 and then we put 2 into the first, and then this time then it will be 7 single crochets in a row, and then 2, and then 7 and 2. But let's get a tape measure and let's just try this. So just for kicks, let's measure this the first time on camera with you. So I have 0 there going across. So I have 13.5 inches. So if it's not 13.5 inches, it should be. So I'm gonna stop here on round number 8. But if you need to continue to round number 9, just progress, kind of how I already said. So let's continue then. This is it for this week, and you'll see me next week as we continue to make our shallow stitch crochet basket.